Hey guys, today we're back with another firearms review. And today on the channel, we're going to be reviewing the Arex Delta Gen 2X. Stay tuned for this one. Alright guys, we're back. Once again, today we're going to be reviewing the Arex Delta Gen 2X. This is a 4-inch barrel, 17 round or 19 round capacity 9mm. Before we get started with the review though guys, a very special thank you to Global Ordnance. Not only did Global Ordnance supply us with this pistol here that we're about to review, but they also supplied us with 1,000 rounds of 9mm for this review and this review only. So a very special thank you to them. Without them, we could not review this pistol here or shoot it near as much as we did. So once again, a very special thank you to Global Ordnance for this firearm and the ammunition. I'll be leaving a link in the description below to their website, so swing by and check them out. They have tons of firearms, accessories, and ammunition in stock at all time, and they have some really good deals on these Arexes here. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into the review. So here we go with the box. As you can see, it is a hard plastic case, pretty good presentation with the Arex here on front. See, it's the Arex Delta X OR Optics Ready Black 9x19. Let's go ahead and open it up. So here we will go through everything that comes with it from factory. You get your little manual here. Go ahead and pause it if you like to look into it a little bit more. And here is the other side. Okay. You get 3 different back straps for this firearm. There's one with a little bit more of a beaver tail on it. You get a little bit thicker one and a little bit thinner one. Let's go ahead and remove this piece of styrofoam or move it out of the way just for a second. Here is your operator's manual. Get your plates for your optics ready pistol. Here's your lock. Here is some screws. And looks like you get one more little pamphlet with it. Let's go ahead and put all this back in here. Alright guys, let's go ahead and move to the bottom now. Here is your firearm. Let's go ahead and safety check it, but we already have before the video. As you can see, it is unloaded and safe to talk about. We'll set it over here to the side. You get one 17 round magazine with it from factory and one 19 round magazine with an extender on it from factory. We'll set these over to the side one more time. Here is a cleaning kit. Everybody thinks it's a suppressor whenever you first look at it, but it's actually a cleaning kit. You have your rods and everything down here, and how this actually works is whenever you find out whatever you want to use, you screw it in down here to the bottom, and you can actually use this as a handle for your cleaning kit. So let's go ahead and put it up. Pretty nice that it comes with all that from factory. So that is everything that you will get from factory. So let's go ahead and slide it to the side and get into the firearm here. So working tip to butt with this pistol, before we get into my opinions on how well it's shot and everything else, you have a non-threaded barrel that is a 4-inch barrel. It is slightly crowned. You have 4 cock insertions. You have a white front and a serrated black rear. Have a flat top here on top. You have your 9x19 barrel, black. You have a Picatinny rail with 3 slots in it for lights, lasers, and accessories. Have a little bit of front serration here on the trigger guard. A little bit of serration here on the lower of the trigger guard. A pretty steep cut in the firearm, so you can get as high up on this gun as you can. Magazine release is here. Your takedown pins are here, or lever. You have a little bit of stippling here that is on the firearm, so you can rest your finger here with a little bit of shelf for a type of gas pedal. You can get a good grip on it here and keep it locked in. You also have more stippling here on the top, through here, back here, back here. That is a sandpaper type of feel. Feels very, very good in the hands. One of the best feeling pistols I've reviewed so far whenever it comes to polymer firearms. You have more rear serrations here that are cut into like a triangular shape that you can grip really well. Optics cut here on top. Like I said a minute ago, your rear serrations. And here, if it is showing red, the firearm is loaded and ready to shoot, or it is actually ready to shoot, not loaded. Once you click it in though, you can see it is dead. But whenever it is ready, the red will pop back up. Here's on the other side, you also have ambidextrous slide release, ambidextrous magazine release that is already on both sides of the gun. So I like that about it. Just nice gun overall. And that's really about it. You have a little bit of a flare here for helping on these magazine reloads. Magazine shoots out nice. Let's see here. A little bit of pop, like that. Just one more quick look at the firearm before we get into a few of my thoughts. Looks very well. Let's go ahead and look at the trigger real quick. Here is your first shot. A little bit of take up. Right, we have now hit the wall. Pow. Here's your reset. Gets ready to fire again. Very, very nice. So, they actually call this a double action striker fired gun. I'm guessing what they mean is that if you let your finger out the entire way, you then have a little bit more of creep back up that has a little bit of resistance to it, and then you hit that wall, and it's almost like a single action. While you're working this gun, though, you can work it where it will come straight out, and you're right back there on the wall. To be honest with you guys, one of the best polymer striker triggers that I have felt. Whenever I was shooting this though, in the first beginning, I did get used to that trigger very quickly, and you can let off some really quick follow-up shots. Love that about it. And the trigger pull on this is approximately 4.5 pounds once you get it to that wall. So, just talking about the overall gun, we have really enjoyed this thing, to be honest with you. Whenever I first was seeing it, I really, to be honest with you, did not know much about Arex. I had looked into them before because of their gun that kind of reminds you of the P226 Zero line, which we should be getting one of them before too long to review, just letting you all know that. But I knew about them just because of that, but I had not really researched this exact same gun. Whenever I was approached, I was like, yeah, I'd love to review one. A pistol from another country that I'd never heard of before. You know, some polymer pistols can be a hit and some of them can be a miss. We will give our honest review and honest opinion later on in the review, but just a very interesting pistol overall that I have come to really enjoy. So starting off on the 0 to about 100, 0 to 100 rounds into this firearm. In the beginning, we was having a few malfunctions. The malfunctions that we was having was failures to go into battery. So the gun would go pow, the gun would rack, and it would come back in, and it would go out of battery about right there. So we fully disassembled it, cleaned it, and we run it again, and it had maybe one more failure within that first 200 rounds. So like I said, from 0 to 100, we had approximately 2 to 3 failures, and then after I took it back apart, reloaded it, put it back together, we only had one malfunction between the 100 to 200 rounds with that failing to go into battery. So whenever I reached out to the guys at Global Ordnance, they was like, you know, this is really kind of unheard of here or there, but we have heard of it sometimes. Let us know if it persists, and we will send it back to the factory ASAP and let you know what happens so you could tell your viewers. Just to let you all know a little backstory on Global Ordnance, they actually import these. These are not made by them, but they are the importers. So they 100% wanted me to tell my God's honest truth on this firearm, and that's what I'm doing today. But anyway, getting back into the malfunction, done a little research on Reddit here and there and on YouTube, and from what I found out, it's that these guns are actually pretty close to being hand-fitted. The tolerances are super tight, which helps with accuracy, which helps with just everything all together for the accuracy. And that was what I was seeing, something that kind of needed broke in. So once we, like I said, took it apart, reloaded it, put it back together, shot a decent amount through it, all of them malfunctions ceased to exist. So once we got out of that malfunction error there, like I said, approximately 3 in the first 0 to 100, and then 1 after the 100 to 200 round error, we had 100% reliability out of this firearm. That being said, guys, within that small amount of time right there, we seen actually how accurate this pistol was, especially for it being a 4-inch firearm. This gun here, like I said, is a 4-inch barrel. It is pretty much the midway in between a Glock 17 and a Glock 19, which everybody knows as a Glock 45 or a Glock 19X. You have the 17 round capacity handle here with that 4-inch barrel. Let's check it out, what it looks like with the 17 round mag, flush fitting mag. So it looks pretty good. And here is the 19 that came with it from factory. Looks very good as well. Fits pretty good in my hand. I have larger hands, but not extra large, just larger hands. And it fits and works really well. So just talking about a little bit of the trigger that we found within that first 100 to 200 rounds, or about around there. It was a little bit grindy, gritty, but when we did take it apart to fully clean it the first time, we did oil the inside here and work it a tad bit, and every bit of that grittiness came out of it. Like I said a minute ago, working on that trigger, moving in, no grittiness at all, and coming straight into that wall, just perfect altogether. Something else to take into consideration is that this gun, for what it is a decently cheaper pistol. Some places you can find it about around the $500 mark, some less, some a little bit more. But for what we have seen, it has been 100% worth the money. Going into something that kind of irked me a tad bit about the pistol, you all know I have to say a little bit of cons one or two ways. And one of them that I found is the actual beaver tail here, or the grip on the back of it. Not that I did not like it at all, but to actually remove it, you have to knock out this pin here. It is a little bit different than your standard Glocks, Smiths, SIGs, things like that, to where you just have to remove one little piece and that's it. You actually have to knock this pin out here to remove the back strap. Yes, that means it's in there even more sturdy, but at the same time, I haven't ever had any problem with any of the back straps from my Glocks or anything else ever having to be removed. But it's just good to know, but that is one thing I did not really care too much for. At first, I didn't really care for the mag release here because it is small. It does kind of remind you of a Glock Gen 3 mag release, but it does look very good with this pistol. But one thing that I do have to say is that once we got past them about 100 to 200 round mark, the mag release did start easing up a tad bit, and it was not near as gritty as it was to begin with, and it became a lot easier to hit and just a lot easier to actuate. So that was a big con to begin with. I did voice my opinion to Gloptics on, and they did say that they do have extended magazine releases just in case you did need it. But if you didn't need it, which I don't need it now because, like I said, after the break-in period, it works fine, and I like it. Like I said, I'm not going to accidentally hit it, and it works good enough for me. The slide release here also works very well. It sticks out enough to where it's not going to aggravate you if you are concealed carrying this pistol, but you have enough with a actual loaded magazine that you can drop it with ease. We actually done some really quick reloads with this firearm, and it worked absolutely perfect. Never did miss it or anything like that. Never did use the ambidextrous side where I'm only right-handed, but the left-handed side worked absolutely perfect. So we shot this gun today, one-handed, two-handed, dominant hand non-support, left hand non-support, and everything worked fine, no malfunctions with it. We stepped out to 50 yards, and the accuracy also surprised me very well with this firearm. Overall, guys, like I said, the trigger and the white front and the black shaded rear, you can get some very, very close and very quick follow-up shots with this firearm. So talking about the optics that actually come with it from factory, or the optics plates, the Type 1 works with the Noblex, the EOTech and Inside MRDS, the Meprotol by Meosight, the Venom Vortex, the Burst Fastfire, and the Type 2 works with your Trijicon RMR, SRO, your Holosun 507C, 407C, 508T, your Vector Optics, and your Swamp Fox Optics. Your Type 3 is your Lupo Delta Point Pro. Your Type 4 is your Seymour Delta Optical Dot HD 24. Your Vortex Razor. Your Type 5 is your Shield RMR, or RMS and SMS. Your Holosun 407K, 507K. Your Swamp Fox Sentinel 1-6, and your J-Point MRD. So guys, overall, I'm really impressed with this pistol. Like I said, we shot 1,000 rounds through it today, and we had no other malfunctions besides them first 3 in the first 1 to 100 and the 1 in the 1 to 200 range. Looking at this firearm here with a actual light on it, you can see here we have the Olight PL Pro Valkyrie. Looks really good. You have, like I said, the 4-inch barrel with a little bit of the light sticking out from it. Actuates really nicely, and you can still get your finger in there very quickly if need be. This looks pretty good. So getting down to my final thoughts on this pistol, is this something that I would go out and purchase tomorrow? To be honest with you all, before I had one in my hands and reviewed it myself, no, I would not have. The reason being is because I had really not heard much about this company, and I just did not, I was ignorant of the actual Arex Delta or the Delta 2 and the Zero. But after I have now shot this firearm myself, played with it, had lots of fun with it, and shot it to death pretty much, I would go out and buy literally every single model they have. I'm glad now that I have had one of these to review, because to be honest with you guys, I love this thing, and in comparison to other pistols I've shot, this is more comfortable in my hand than a Glock is. And to be honest with you, I'm a Glock guy. I shoot Glocks the best just because that's what I went through the police academy with. That's what I've shot my entire adult life, and that's just what I'm used to. That's why with other striker fire guns I review, it takes me a little bit to warm up to them. This one here, out of the box, I shot it absolutely perfect, and I couldn't be more happier with it. The sights was dead on from factory. We shot 124 grain ammo through it, and I mean, it just shot perfect. Like I said, the sights were dead on the money. We even shot them little swinger targets that we have at 15 yards, and we was striking them almost every single time. But guys, I'm overly impressed with this pistol, and for how much it is, I think that it probably is the best striker fire pistol on the market for that price range that you can find these in. That being said, the only thing I wish they would have done is include a few more magazines from factory, because them too run out really quickly, especially whenever you're shooting as much as we did and when we was having as much fun as we did as well. Like I said, guys, there's other guns that are a lot more popular than this one that I think this one right here beats all to pieces. Like I said, one of the best feeling pistols, and that trigger on it, absolutely amazing. I mean, it just can't be beat. So what am I going to do with this pistol now? It is my pistol. I can do with what I want. If I wanted to blow it up, burn it, do whatever else, it's mine. I can do it with it. So that being said, I'm going to probably have this as my bedside gun or my truck gun or whatever else. Yes, I believe in this gun enough to where it will protect me. So that being said, we'll keep that 19 round mag in there. Probably need to purchase a few more of them as well. And that right there might very well be my nightstand gun, or something that I can go ahead and grab really quickly if I need to. And like I said, guys, this one right here has absolutely blown me away with what it has done. So if you're any bit interested in purchasing this gun, 100%, I give my thumbs up on it. Go ahead and get it, and let me know what you all think about it. Have you all heard of the Arex Delta? Have you all shot one? Do you all own one? Just leave your comments in the comment section below and get back to you as soon as possible. Once again, very special thank you to Global Ordnance for sending us this pistol and sponsoring the channel with the ammunition. Thank you all, guys, for viewing as always. Like and subscribe for more gun reviews, and I'll see y'all in the next video.